Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. And in this lesson, we'll be taking a deeper look at the appearance section of WordPress. But before we go straight into WordPress, I'd like to introduce you to an important concept in web development, and that's responsiveness. So what makes a website responsive, or what is a responsive website? So today, more people access the internet using their mobile devices than their computers. So when we're developing websites, it's crucial that we make it mobile responsive. Being mobile responsive means that our website can adapt its layout and design to various screen sizes. And I'll show you an example of a popular website that is responsive, which is Etsy. So if you right click on the website in Chrome and you go to inspect, you're going to be brought up to kind of like this inspect tool here. And then if you click on this button here, you can then use this kind of menu item here and then just drag and drop it forward. So this is how it looks like on a desktop. But what happens if I click on this drop down, for example, and I select an iPad Air? So that's like a tablet size. How would it look like? Okay, so we see that some elements have changed. We see that there is like 5 blocks now. There's only 3. This is kind of like become this little side menu here that I don't think was there before. And then we can click on this and see how it looks like on our phones. Okay, we can see that the images became a little bigger, that now there's only 2 rows up here. Okay, everything's scrunched up here. If you click on responsive, you can actually just drag and drop and see how it changes slowly. So we'll see that. So see here, it's going smaller, it's going smaller, it's going smaller. Okay, at this point it changed to like 3 blocks here. So it is responsive. You see how it's changing? Then we get smaller, and instead of having it all in one row like this, it becomes 2 rows of 3 columns. Okay. So that's an example of a responsive website. Okay. So essentially, we want to provide the user with the best viewing experience possible. So it's important that we design our website to be optimal on tablets and on smartphones. And this also matters for other reasons. For example, search engines like Google prioritize mobile-friendly websites in search rankings. So by having your website be mobile responsive, it can improve your SEO, which means it can improve the likeliness of your website being on the front pages of Google. Also, as I've mentioned, you want your users to experience a seamless and user-friendly experience, okay? So regardless of what device you're using, they should be able to navigate our website with ease. Before I share with you how to install a theme, let me tell you about the types of themes that exist. So basically, there are 3 types of themes that you can use. You have free themes, which comes included in the WordPress repository. You have paid themes on websites like ThemeForest and StudioPress, where you'll need to pay for it and then download it and then upload it onto WordPress for you to use. And you can also build your own themes with plugins like Elementor. Okay, so let me show you a little bit about the paid theme. So here is like ThemeForest. This is a popular one. So if I were to go to bestsellers for WordPress themes, I were to see a live preview, for example, we can basically see a template here that we could build off of, okay? This is a template that's popular, that's been selling a lot, and people can basically buy it, and then you can just build on top of it and add your own content here. Another website is studiopress.com, okay? Let me make this 50%. Here you go. You can kind of see what frameworks they have, with the themes that they have. You can scroll down here. You can basically test them out and see how they are. Okay, you can see a live demo. And basically when you buy, so this is the example. And basically when you buy the theme, it comes in a zip file, and then what you'll need to do is upload it onto WordPress. And I can show you that. If you downloaded the theme, and then you go to appearance here, and then you click on the add new theme, you see this becomes upload theme. So you would upload a theme, and then you would just choose the zip file that one of these paid websites gave you. Okay, and now this nicely brings us to the next section I want to talk to you about. So how do we install a theme? So there's 2 ways to install a theme. You have the add theme button here, and you also have the add theme button here. They both do the same thing. So when you add a theme, you're brought to the WordPress repository. And as of the recording of this video, there's over 6,000 WordPress themes that you can use. Now, know that all WordPress themes at this point in time are mobile responsive. So you don't need to worry too much about that. And for this course, we're only going to be sticking to free themes and not paid themes. Okay, so now we see that the mini themes that you can install here. Let's just select a theme that we can work with. So 2024, for example. Let's see how it changes the appearance of our website. So for example, if I go here and I right click, we can see this is basically the design of our website so far. And if I were to install 2024, by clicking on install and then activating it, and I were to refresh our website, we can see that now the appearance of our website has completely changed. Okay. So depending on what theme you choose is going to change the appearance of your website. Okay. So let's add a new theme. And the next thing I want to show you is how to filter search for a theme. So essentially you have all these tabs here that you can do. So you can click on popular, you can click on the latest themes that have been added, block themes, you can save themes as favorites. You can even search for a theme. So if I want to make like some website that's food related, I can just search up food and then I can see a theme that I want, click on details and preview, and it's going to bring me a preview of an example of how the website can appear like. And if I like what it can do, I can then install and activate it, okay? But this is how you can preview and read a little bit more about the theme. You can also search for news, sports, essentially anything that you'd like, okay? So yeah, there's tons of themes that are news related, okay, that you can use. Now, how do I delete a theme? So let's go back to our themes by clicking here. If I want to delete this theme, the 2024, I just have to click on it and click on the delete button here on the bottom. So just delete there, click OK, and that's it. So now let's focus on how we can customize themes. So that's this submenu here. We're going to go back to 2021 because that's the theme we've been using so far. And then we're going to navigate here to customize. And I want to briefly walk you through each customization settings here. Just note that the customized settings that you see here are going to be dependent on the theme that you've installed. And now we'll take a look at that shortly, but this is going to be the customization features for the 2021 theme. If this was another theme, these options would change. So first, let's start with the site identity. So the site identity is where you can add a logo, a site title, a tagline, and an icon. So the logo, of course, is the website logo, and you can use the Google Drive that I've shared with you under website logo and designs and upload it to your media library. That's where you can see these images that I've added here. So for our logo, let's say I would like to choose, we can say this one. Click crop image. Now that's going to be my website logo and it's going to appear up here. Next, I can change the site title, Web Design Studio. I like that because it matches, but I can change it to anything. So Web Design Market, for example, and it's going to change here. It's also going to be the name that appears up here. So for example, you see how it says Web Design Studio. If I were to publish and I were to refresh, and if I were to hover over here, you can see it says Web Design Market now. So we're going to change it back to Web Design Studio. The tagline can be design done better. That's going to be like your slogan for your website. And then you actually are able to change the site icon, which is this icon over here. So you see how ChatGPT has its own icon, Etsy has its own icon. We can have our own icon here. Select site icon, choose this one that I've made for us. We can crop it down if we like. Or I guess we cannot crop it down. So we'll just crop the image like that. And we'll see that it appears up here. Publish. I'm going to refresh. And we can see the icon has appeared up here. And that's all there is for the site identity here. You can also click on these options here to see how it looks like on tablet and how it looks like on your mobile. Let's go back and let's go to colors in dark mode. Okay, in this case, we can change our background color. So if I select color here and I just choose a new color, we can see that our background color will gradually change. I can put in a custom hex code as well. So for example, if I copy this and I paste here, we'll see that our background is now custom. I'm going to leave it at default. Let's publish and Move on to the next section. You can add a background image here. So let's say I'd like to add this one, for example. And yeah, it's horrendous, but you can add a background image here. You can change the image. You have some presets here, so, fit to screen, for example. You can change the image position and have it repeat. But we're going to remove the image. Menus and widgets are quite important, so we're going to devote some time specifically just for these two. Let's just move on to the next section. So we have homepage settings. We'll click on that. Now, homepage settings is important because it basically dictates how your front page is going to be. Either your front page can have all of your latest posts that you have, and it's going to order it from the latest post to the eldest, or you could have simply one page that's going to show. And if you click on static page, you can select what page that'll be. I've previously created some pages here. We can choose home. And then for your posts page can be a page that says blog, for example. But in this case, we can just choose anything else. And you'll see that the website here no longer shows our posts. It just shows an empty page because we have not yet populated the home page with anything yet. But we'll leave it at your latest posts for now. Next, we have the excerpt settings. So that's that little bit of text that we saw previously that will display on your page. So when you Google something, for example, Huskies, we see this is the excerpt that comes with it. Or you could put your full text. Next, we have the additional CSS, but we won't need it because it's beyond the scope of this course.